Are you looking for a place to raise your family? I'm talking the kind of place where your kids know other kids, they grow up together and have a great time. Maybe you want amenities, things for young and old alike to enjoy, or maybe you just want to live in a beautiful place. Well, if that is the case, then you have got to check out Power Ranch. What is up, Arizona Dreamers? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I cover all the best places to live, work, eat, sleep, and play in the Phoenix metro area. I'm also a local realtor here in town, so if you ever need help buying or selling a property, I would absolutely love to help you. So when my wife and I first moved here, we were kind of overwhelmed. This is a huge city, 5 million people in the metro area, and there are so many great places that you could call home. We eventually narrowed it down to 2. Eastmark is where we ended up. However, the other one that we really thought hard about and love to this day is Power Ranch. Both communities are fantastic. They were developed by the same company, DMB Associates. They offer tons and tons of amenities, and they have a lot of activities for the residents to enjoy. So you don't have to spend much time in the East Valley before you see the name Power. Power Road, for instance, one of the major thoroughfares that goes through town. It's named for James Oliver Power. He's one of the original Arizona relocators clear back in 1892, 20 years before we were even a state. He came here and started farming in the early 1900s. He raised a huge family. They kept on his legacy for many years, but just like everywhere else around here, the times were a-changing. In the 1980s, they kind of saw the handwriting on the wall and decided to develop it into a community subdivision. And just like James Power himself was one of the early pioneers of the area, so too was Power Ranch, one of the kind of pioneering master plan communities that now dominate the Arizona real estate market. So taking a closer look at the amenities of Power Ranch, let's start with the pools. There are 2 main community pools, the Ranch House Pool and the Barn Pool. The Ranch House Pool is a little bit more on the traditional side. It has a lap pool and it's heated and can be used year-round. It also does have a shallow pool for the younger kids. The Barn Pool, it's more of a play pool, and that thing has a lot of water features and cool attractions for the kids to enjoy, and it does go to 6 feet deep just in case mom and dad want to do a cannonball as well. There are also 3 additional pools in the Knolls neighborhood. These are all a little bit on the smaller side, but they are only accessible to people in the Knolls HOA, as they pay additional fees to help maintain those pools. So next to the Barn Pool is the Barn. This is the largest of the 3 event areas that can be rented out by the residents, and this is also where a lot of the big HOA events are held. If you have a wedding, a family reunion, or any kind of big party, this is a great space for it. It has seating inside for up to 200 people and even a big commercial kitchen. And speaking of events, Power Ranch is packed full of them. There are so many that you can't even come close to listing them all, but if you wanted to keep your social calendar packed, you can absolutely do it. So some of these include new neighbor welcome parties. There's a haunted house in the fall that looks like a ton of fun. Candy Cane Ranch is a big event in the wintertime where they even bring in snow that allows you to sled and have snowball fights. There's an annual Easter festival in the spring. They also have neighborhood concerts, a weekly farmers market, trivia nights, and lots more. If you're looking to ward off boredom, this is absolutely a great place to do it. So the next community center is the Ranch House. This place has a conference room that can be used by businesses and also a smaller flex space for some private events. There's also the Carriage House, and this is where the HOA works out of, so it can only be rented out after 5 p.m. on weekdays for any kind of event that you might have, but you can also rent out the back patio separately. If you're a fisherman, Power Ranch has you covered there too. They have 2 catch and release fishing lakes. One of them is next to the barn, the other one's outside of the Ranch House. You can pick up free local fishing passes from the Carriage House that you have to carry around just to prove that you're a resident and make sure that you're allowed to be fishing in the lakes. For the sports enthusiasts, there are plenty of options there as well, starting with the large soccer fields where plenty of games go on, including soccer leagues, as well as the occasional ultimate frisbee game. There's a softball field, basketball courts, sand and turf volleyball courts, tennis and pickleball courts, pretty much anything that you want to keep yourself busy outdoors. And all of these areas can be rented out for private events, or if you want to get your buddies together and start a league, you can do that too. For the golfers, you're going to absolutely love that the Trilogy Golf Course is located right next door in the 55 and over section of Power Ranch. This is one of my favorite places to play. It's a challenging course without being too hard, definitely good for the leisurely golfer. If you're more in the mood for just an easy stroll through the neighborhood, then you can hit up the impressive 26-mile trail system. Power Ranch is a huge community. It's home to over 33,000 people, and this system connects all of the neighborhoods that are spread throughout the community. And of course, Power Ranch also has tons of smaller community parks throughout the neighborhoods to get your kids outside and playing in the beautiful Arizona sunshine. So another perk that Power Ranch offers is the rolling party trailer. So if you want to be able to have a big block party with all your neighbors, this is the perfect tool for that. So it's got a ton of folding tables and chairs. It's set up with a barbecue grill, even yard games like cornhole and slammo, which I had no idea what that was. I had to look it up, but now that I've seen the video, I definitely want to give it a try. So something that's unique to Power Ranch is the discount program that it offers. I've never seen an HOA offer anything like this before, and just for being a resident of Power Ranch, you get some great discounts to some fun local businesses. You can get discounted tickets to the Medieval Times dinner show and tournament. Let the games begin! You can get reduced pricing at Golfland Sunsplash, which is a really cool family fun center. And you can also get discount tickets to Six Flags Hurricane Harbor in the West Valley. In addition to that, you get a discounted rate at EOS Fitness, which is a gym that's located just outside the community. You even get a discounted rate for pest control services. So what I love about the homes in Power Ranch is that there's a really big variety. There's something for every budget and every walk of life. First-time home buyers, you can find homes for under $500,000. Yes, under $500,000 in a beautiful master plan community. That's something that's hard to find. If you're looking for a large custom home on a great big lot, you can absolutely find that too. There really is something for everybody here. And speaking of larger lots, that's another thing that I really like about this community. A lot of homes have good sized lots, and if you've done much house hunting in the East Valley, you know that a lot of these newer communities, they're squeezing houses onto these tiny little lots, and there's not a lot of room between you and your neighbors. So if you're looking for a little bit more breathing room, this is absolutely going to be a community that fits what you're looking for. I also love the mature landscaping that you find here. When you're looking at these newer communities, you'll see these renderings on the computer of these beautiful, lush paradises. And then you get out there and you find these little twigs of plants that they've planted that will eventually grow into that lush paradise, but you're gonna have to give it about 20 years. Well, Power Ranch, it's had that time to grow up. It was developed in the 90s and 2000s. So all the landscaping now has reaped the benefit of that added time, and it looks really beautiful when you drive through the community. If you have kids in school, there are two public school options in Power Ranch. Number one is the aptly named Power Ranch Elementary, and on the other side of the community, those kids go to Centennial Elementary. And there are also plenty of charter schools and private schools as far as the eye can see. That's one thing about Arizona. There is a lot of choice in the terms of the education that you get thanks to our open enrollment policy. Power Ranch is also close to a lot of good shopping and dining. There are some really great restaurants that are just outside the walls of the community. There is a Home Depot that's right across the street. Some grocery stores are also in the surrounding area. Really everything you need is in very close proximity to your community. Another great amenity that is just down the street from Power Ranch is Gilbert Regional Park. This place is awesome. It's got one of the biggest, craziest playgrounds I've ever seen in my life. They host a ton of events here, including a massive 4th of July festival that we went to last year, complete with a Garth Brooks cover band, and the firework display was absolutely unreal. This is a great park, a great amenity with lots and lots of things that are already there and a whole bunch of things that are coming in the future. So it's definitely something that you should check out. Power Ranch truly does have everything you could ever want in a community. It's got beautiful homes, fun activities to participate in, amenities as far as the eye can see, and a great location. If that sounds like your kind of place, you know what you got to do. You've got to give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email, and let's go check it out together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.